Hi, I'm Donna Bradford, and I'm running for Alderman because I care deeply about this community. 26 years ago, I chose Tullahoma as my home. Although I wasn't born here, the city welcomed me. And over the years, I've built my life, my friendships, and my commitment to serving others. I've been honored to work alongside many of you in organizations such as the Tullahoma Downtown Lions Club, the Hands-On Science Center, the Chamber of Commerce, Kiwanis, and the Multi-County Cancer Support Network. These experiences has taught me that the best solutions come when we listen, we work together, and we put people before politics. In my career as a physician liaison, every day I work to connect the physician, the hospital, and the patient. My job is built on communication, problem solving, building relationships, skills that I think are so important in city government. I'm not running for Alderman because I have the solutions. I'm running because I care deeply about Tullahoma's future. City government should be transparent, accountable, fiscally responsible, and willing to listen to the people it serves. I'm not bringing a laundry list of promises. What I do bring is common sense, integrity, and the willingness to do the work. I'll ask the hard questions. I'll listen before I make decisions. And I will always put the best interest of Tullahoma first, whether you're early voting or voting on election day. I would be honored to earn your trust and your vote.
Hi, my name is Mike Dent, and I'm running for Tullahoma City Alderman. I'd like to thank TUA for giving me the opportunity to take this time to tell you a little bit about who Mike Dent is and why I'd like to be your Alderman. I think Tullahoma is an awesome place to live. Tullahoma has great schools. It has a small town environment that entices many different age groups to live. We have really good career opportunities, and those opportunities are even getting better with the base expansion. I'd like to say that Tullahoma has a lot going for it. It has a good story to tell, but I think the way we tell that story is critical. We need to tell that story in a positive, unified manner. I believe in stability, and I believe in collaboration. I think collaborating with our local area businesses is so important. I think that would give us the opportunity for perhaps more internships and apprenticeships for our high school students. Collaborating and outreach with our colleges in the local area and universities, Tennessee College of Applied Technology. That would be a good opportunity for city leadership to go to these colleges and have forums with student bodies there just to talk about what a wonderful place Tullahoma is to have a career and to raise a family. I think Tullahoma has, like I said, I think it's a great place already, but I think we can make it even better. And I'd like to be part of that leadership team that does that. Currently, I am involved with STEM advocacy to quite an extent. I work closely with the high schools, the career technical educators to talk about the AEDC mission and talk about STEM. I've worked in the past with the superintendent of schools to get work-based learning students assigned to Arnold Engineering Development Complex. I've also talked with counselors and about what the different scholarships are available and internships. I've found some internships and scholarships for some students. So I am very enthusiastic about the STEM career field, about what the base can bring, but I also would like to go beyond that and be part of that leadership team that brings Tullahoma to an even greater place. So my qualifications for that, in addition to my enthusiasm for the STEM outreach, is as follows. I have a degree in chemical engineering from Purdue University. I also have a master's in business administration. I went to work for the Air Force after I got out of college. They paid for my college through a ROT scholarship, so I owed them some time. I went to Navigator School and was assigned to the Strategic Air Command, and then that was my first 10 years. What I got out of that experience was amazing, though. It was the camaraderie I experienced was awesome. Just working together, having each other's back, that is just so, the value in that is just immeasurable. And I think the camaraderie itself can be contagious. And if I am elected, I'd like to try and bring some of that contagious camaraderie with me to the board. I decided to make Air Force a career. So the last 10 years I changed gears. I went to acquisition, and I was a program manager. Matter of fact, the remainder of my professional career, the 30 years remaining, I did program management. I did it for the Air Force. When I retired from the Air Force as a lieutenant colonel, I did it for General Dynamics. I was a principal engineer for them. And then we eventually moved to Tennessee, and I worked in the propulsion mission area, and I became their deputy director, and we managed test contracts up to $50 million of contracts annually. Some of the programs I worked when I was in the Air Force was the $345 million contract to develop and procure and sustain the B-2 bomber engine. When I worked for General Dynamics, I worked on the Air Force Research Lab contract to develop engine system prognostics. The reason I'm emphasizing this skill set is because it's so applicable to what skill sets are needed to be on the board of mayor and aldermen. You have to be adaptable. You have to have good communication skills because you have to integrate all the different disciplines. By that I mean contracts and logistics, legal, configuration management. But you've got to get all those people going in the right direction. And I think that is a skill set that I can bring, and it would be very applicable to meeting the challenges that the BOMA is going to have presented to it over the next 4 years. There's other examples I could give, but you can look at my bio on Facebook. It's Mike Dent for Alderman on Facebook. I'm not going to go through that because it's a bit tedious, but what I did do was go through my career. I mean, 30 years is a long time, so I picked some attributes that I think are what I will use to be an effective board member. So I'm going to list those attributes, and then we'll wrap up after that. I like to solve problems. I'm disciplined. I am persistent. I generally am a good communicator. I'm a good mentor. I mentor our scientists and engineers out at the base. I can be innovative, integrity, and I am pretty good at reaching consensus. So all that being said, I hope you consider voting for me. And when you go vote, there are 6 candidates for alderman, and you can vote up for 3 of them. And when you're there, if you could just remember, I like Mike, that would be great. Thank you.